What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here in the back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Alright, so I've been seeing everybody jump into this. I kind of wanted to do it myself a little bit to give you a little bit of my input on it, as well as just really go over why I disagree with some things people have been talking about and why I disagree with some of the things that have been explained to you and what you should do in certain situations. So first, I'm going to jump right in and let's explain a little bit of what the Memorial Dragon Stones are. Alright? So Memorial Dragon Stones are Dragon Stones that are handed out for every 50 stones consumed during the previous year. From the worldwide download last year, all the way to this year, up to whatever date they decide to do it, which will probably be like around the same time this year. As you can see, it went from 8/21 or 8/22 of 2021 to 8/19 of 2022. So it'll probably be something similar this year. From 8/20 last year to probably about 8/22 to 21 this year when they decide to do the cutoff. So for every 50 stones you've spent, you get one Memorial Dragon Stone, alright? So with that being said, let's break down what you can do a little bit with those Memorial Dragon Stones. What you can do with those Memorial Dragon Stones is, one, you could translate them one stone, for one individual ticket, right? And this is a list of units that were on both the A and B banners last year. The A and B banners last year, the whole list. I don't have each individual list up, but this is a cluster of units that were on each. But that's a lot of units you're thinking, right? They're like, okay, there's a ton of units on there. There's a ton of units that I could pull for. I mean, I could spend 50 stones or 50 of those stones and translate them into 50 tickets, do a multi, and maybe get something good, right? Wrong, maybe indifference, whatever. Those options are there, right? So you can theoretically spend them and get some summons out of it, which, in my opinion, is the better option of the two. The other option is to translate it into 150 of these, 150 Memorial Stones. Which, mind you, 150, let me clear everything here. 150 Memorial Stones, actually I already did some of the numbers right here on the side. 150 of the Memorial Stones, right, is equivalent to 50 stones. So you'd have to do 150 times 50 to equate, whoops, I pressed 6, of course. 150 times 50 to equate to 7,500 is how many quote-unquote Dragon Stones you had to spend to grab one of these. If you need any of these units, or the few that I'm about to talk about next that might actually be coming out during the worldwide download, you would have to spend, in essence, you would be spending the equivalent, not in essence, the equivalent of 7,500 stones for one unit. Unless if my math is completely wrong, that's what you're spending. But if you spend 500 coins, which you get 10 per every 50 stone multi, so you would divide that by 10, that's 50 summons. And then you would do 50 summons for a multi-summon, that is. And then you multiply 50 by 50 multi-summons, because that's what you'd have to do to be able to get 500 coins. That's 200 or 2,500 stones. So you could spend 2,500 stones to grab any of these units with coins when they come back, or, in essence, spend 7,500 stones to get one unit. Which option is the better of the two? To me, I see absolutely 0 point, unless if you are a mega whale that has every unit in the game 100% and you have no reason to summon. And you have absolutely no reason to summon. I see no point in you translating these into one unit. I see absolutely 0 option for that. There's no reason to be doing that. But that's just my opinion. And the reasoning behind my opinion is as follows. This unit has a high possibility of being on either one of those banners. You could summon for it. I gotta sneeze, hang on. I apologize about that. You could summon for it, have the chance of getting it, or in essence, spend 7,500 Dragon Stones to get one copy of him, or spend 500 red coins to get him for the equivalent of 2,500 stones. he has the option of coming out. He came out of October this past year on JP. We didn't get him until February this year. So there's a good a decent probability we can get him because he came out right after the worldwide download last year on the banner. Another unit. Super Saiyan Goku to Super Saiyan Gohan. I really highly see these units either on the banner, and if they're not on the ticket, or on the Memorial Dragonstone ticket banner, they're gonna be on the whatever the worldwide download is, whether it's Future Saga or whatever. These guys are gonna be on that banner. Same with the Cell. If they're not on the ticket one, they're gonna be on the main banner. So either way, you're gonna see these units on one of those two banners. Another one that should be on it because of the release date being July. Pan. Pan should easily be on that banner because she came out prior to him, so she should definitely qualify to be on that banner. With her time frame and the way everything falls, she's actually a really, really solid unit. Again, she is someone that you could summon for. I do not recommend spending 7,500 Dragon Stones to get any of these units. 150. Even if you're a whale, I can't even really recommend it. But if you want to, that's all up to you. Another unit that I think could possibly be on the banner that I'm seeing a lot of people talk about too are these guys. They're not terrible. Really, they're not that bad. They're not the best unit in the game, not by any means. But they came out on JP in May, came out on Global in November. That's almost a whole year ago, so these guys could be featured on that banner. Are these two worth your 7,500 stones? Heck no. Is she? No. He? No. No. And no. None of those units are worth spending 7,500 stones or 150 Memorial Dragon Stones for. I'm sorry, they're not. Not when you can spend 50 and have a chance of getting them, or down the line spend 200 or 500. Actually, no, it's not 500. It's 400 because these are URs. 400 coins instead of the 400 coins, which translates to, let me do the numbers right now. So the 400 divided by 10, which clearly is 40, and you would have to spend how many stones to get it? 2,000. I probably could have done that in my head, realistically, but I just really thought it'd be better to do it on a calculator on screen. You're spending 2,000 stones to get it with coins instead of 7,500 to get it with Memorial Stones. To me, that's a huge difference. I'd see no comparison at all. Another unit that has a possibility of being on there is Raditz. I mean, realistically, he's not worth anything, so I'm not even going to break down into him why he's any good. There are another two units that I could see possibly being on there. I didn't pull them up because I wasn't ever sure that they were actually going to be on there. But they are Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Whoop. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, I could see they're being on there because they did come out in October of last year, which is about the same time as him. He came out October 4th. The Gammas came out October 20th on JP. So I can really see them being on the banner as summonable from the tickets. These guys, now these ones are kind of hard for me to say whether they're worth spending your 7,500 stones on, because I really don't even see any unit in game worth spending 7,500 stones on just to get one copy. I'm sorry, but I don't. The equivalent of how much money that is, or how much in-game time you'd have to spend 7,500 stones or earn that, is ridiculous. You would have to be... I don't even think most free-to-play players even get 150 stones a year. If I'm wrong on that, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'm not saying I'm 100% right on any of this. But I see no option in spending that many stones on these. But the list of units I see coming that you should summon for instead of buying are all of these you see on screen, except for this, but I mean, not these guys, I mean Raditz. Like, all of these guys are going to be summonable on that banner, or should be. I see no reason why they shouldn't. There's one unit that I'm thinking is going to be on the main banner, the Super Saiyan God Goku that came from Golden Week. But other than that, all of these guys are going to be on this banner for you guys to grab from. And it's based off of JP, not off of Global, so they've been out for a while. So you should be able to pull one of them, because this Vegeta was the most recent unit last year, and he came out July of 2021, and the campaign started for last year was August of 2022, so a whole year later. So if July from the previous year being a cutoff, we might actually be able to see all of these units on that banner. But it all really depends, because we got him in January on Global, but he was on this banner in August. So there's a lot of different factors that go into play. But realistically, I don't care what kind of number of Memorial Dragonstones you get. Do not change them. Do not exchange them for one unit. Unless if they open up LRs to us on these banners, do not exchange them for one unit. I see no reason to do that. But thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything, and you want to let me know why my opinion probably sucks, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.